Good morning, students. In last class, we dealt with the topic nutrition in plants. We studied about the process of photosynthesis, the raw materials needed, and the structure of the chloroplast, the cross section of the leaf. We also studied about the heterotropic mode of nutrition, that there were three modes of nutrition. Those were saprotropic, parasitic, and holozoic. So all these we have dealt in our previous classes. So today we will be doing with the holozoic mode of nutrition. That means that mode of nutrition by which the animals take in the food. Now, as stated earlier, the animals are heterotropic organisms. They obtain food from the external sources, and majority of invertebrates and all vertebrates eat food through the mouth. Now, in holozoic mode of nutrition, we saw that it is that mode of nutrition in which food is ingested by organism, and further the food undergoes for the process of digestion, absorption, assimilation, and finally egestion for the undigested food material, and this nutrition is called holozoic nutrition. Now, the holozoic organism break down the food inside the body depending upon the body design and its functioning. So human being and most of the animals follow this mode of nutrition. Now, on the basis of the food habits, animals are categorized into three types. They are herbivore, carnivore, and omnivore. Herbivore are the plant eaters. Carnivore are the meat eaters or the flesh eaters. That means they eat only flesh of other animals. And omnivore, these animals eat both plants and the other animals as food. So the common omnivore animals are man, sparrow, rat, deer, means bear and dog. Now, next we will be studying nutrition in single celled organism, that is amoeba. So before studying nutrition in amoeba, let's see what are the different steps which are involved in nutrition in animals. That means how do organism get their or obtain their nutrition, what are those steps. So there are 5 steps. They are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. Now, ingestion stands for eating of food by the animals. So it is the process of intaking of food by animal through different organs in accordance with body design. Okay, and it is the first step of nutrition in animals. Next is digestion. Now, digestion is a process in which the complex food material is broken down into the simpler soluble substances with the help of the enzyme, that is the digestive enzyme. Now, enzymes are the biocatalyst which enhances the rate of the biochemical reaction occurring inside the body of organism. Now, the process of physical and chemical breakdown is called physical and chemical breakdown of the complex food substance into the simpler substance is called the digestion, and then these simpler substance they are absorbed by the body. After this comes the process of absorption. Now, the food molecules have become soluble and small sized after digestion. Now, the process by which the digested food passes through the intestinal wall into blood, where it is then assimilated. Okay, so this is called absorption. Absorption in human being is mainly done by the small intestine. Now, after this process comes assimilation. In assimilation, there is conversion of the absorbed food into the energy, means the process by which the soluble and the small component of the food is taken in by the body cell, and then they are used for the growth, repair, and also energy which is needed for the various life process or for the various metabolic activities. Then comes the egestion, that is the portion of the food which is undigested and which is not assimilated also are then removed from the body. So now let's start with the nutrition in amoeba, that is nutrition in single celled organism. Now, amoeba is a single celled organism, and it takes its food using temporary finger-like extension of the cell surface, that is pseudopodia. So there is no mouth or a fixed place for the ingestion of food for amoeba. It generally feeds on the microscopic animals, other bacteria, decaying food particles, and microscopic plants, that are phytoplankton or planktons, which keeps floating in the water body. Now in this nutrition in amoeba, the mode is holozoic. That means amoeba follows holozoic mode of nutrition, and the process by which it obtains food is called phagocytosis, because it engulfs the food particle inside its cell or inside the body. Now the nutrition also involves the following 5 steps. They are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. Now one by one we will take up. Ingestion involves taking in of food. Now amoeba engulfs the microscopic food particle by forming pseudopodia around it. Pseudopodia, they are the temporary processes which helps in locomotion and food capture. So the pseudopodia then encircles the food and then it engulfs it, forming a food vacuole. Okay, now further process takes place inside the food vacuole also, and this process of ingestion is known as phagocytosis. Next is digestion. Now digestion is the process of breaking the insoluble and the large food molecule into the soluble and minute molecules. In amoeba, the food vacuoles are transported deeper into the cell with the help of the digestive enzyme. That means food is actually converted into soluble form in food vacuole with the help of several digestive enzymes which are present inside the cytoplasm, and this is called digestion. Next is absorption. Now absorption is the process in which the digested simple and the soluble substances pass out of the food vacuole into the surrounding cytoplasm. Okay, so leaving behind the undigested particle, and this process is called diffusion. That means the soluble and the simple digested food particle diffuses into the cytoplasm. Next is assimilation. Now the digested food component are soluble and now they can be easily diffused into the cytoplasm, passing through the membrane of food vacuole. It is then utilized by the cell to carry out the different life processes. That means the absorbed food material are then converted into the various constituent of the protoplasm, including the food reserve, whatever the requirement is by that organism. That is known as the assimilation, means entry and utilization of the simple food components by the cell is called assimilation. Next is egestion. That means the portion of the food which is not digested and assimilated remains in the food vacuole. And in amoeba, this process is carried out by rupturing the cell membrane to remove the undigested food material from the body. This process is called egestion. Now we saw nutrition in amoeba. It also follows the 5 steps. It has holozoic mode of nutrition and the process of obtaining food is called phagocytosis. Now next we will be studying nutrition in human being, that is the human alimentary canal and the digestive system. Okay, that means the structure and the function of the main organs of alimentary gland and the associated digestive glands. So that's all for today's class. So if you have any problem, any doubt, do write in the comment section, and if you are preparing your notes also, if you are understanding also, do write in the comment section. Now these are the homework. 4 questions are given. Please write it in your notes copy. Okay, take the help of your reference book or your NCERT. So that's all for today. Keep learning, keep revising, and then thank you.